Jim, tell me about the funniest moment in your experience as a driving instructor.
Oh, I think the most amusing one really was I had a student that went for a road test, and like all road tests, we take the student there, we wait for the examiner to come up to the car, and so the examiner did, introduced himself, and they drove off. And typically for the G2 test, we can expect our car to be back within 10, 12 minutes. And so after they left, another young driver's car followed them out of the parking lot. So 10 minutes later, I went back out to the parking lot to see if the student was coming back, and I noticed the other young driver's car coming in there, and they parked, and I was waiting to see mine come in. No car. So a few minutes went by, and there still wasn't any car. Now 5 minutes have gone by, and there's no car, and I'm pacing back and forth like an expectant father, waiting for my car to return. 10 minutes have gone by, and still no car, and now I'm starting to get these images of my car spread in bits and pieces across an intersection. 25 minutes later, my car finally pulls into the parking lot, and I'm thinking, okay, this doesn't look good. So they pull into the parking spot, the examiner gets out of the car, and I can see this look on his face, and he's looking at me, and as he's walking across, he says, this was the G2 test? And I said, yes, and he went walking past me into the building. I look back at the student who's getting out of the car at this point, and they're looking at me, shrugging their shoulders, and I said, so what happened? And he says, I think I did the G test. I said, really? I said, why? And he says, well, I went out onto the freeway. I said, really? I said, how did you do? He said, I think I passed. So we went into the building and talked to the examiner about it, and of course the examiner said, yes, he did pass. And I said, does he get a G license? He says, no, we can't do that. So to me, that really just showed the level of training that we provide for our students, and that's, there it is. We can teach somebody to pass the G test even though they're only at that G2 stage.